You're about to learn my dad's 5 tips to cooking the perfect, fluffy white rice every single time. From the ideal type of rice to use, my dad's water to rice ratio, and timing tricks, here's everything my dad has learned after making tons of rice, literally over his 50 years as a Chinese chef.
我今日咧同大家介紹我新出埋呢個係電飯煲，用中文叫做象牌，係比較開名㗎啦。佢嘅設計啊同埋嗰個設備咧係比較先進啲嘅。
Tip number 1. Use a rice cooker. Of course, you don't need a state-of-the-art Zojirushi rice cooker to make rice. Simple rice cookers with a single button like this work just as well. If you're using different types of rice, you'll have to learn your preferred ratio of water to rice for that specific rice cooker. On a separate note, this video isn't sponsored by Zojirushi, but we are doing a giveaway of one of these rice cookers, which you can sign up for in our description.
我而家咧打開個內蓋俾你睇下，呢個咧就係個內蓋，內殼入邊咧好清楚咁寫住喺度，紫香米嘅，即係泰國香米，有一個麥仔喺度。普通白米即係美國即係通常美國嗰啲米白米又要喺度。我而家咧就我用泰國米煮飯，我哋習慣屋企都係長期以嚟都會用泰國香米㗎啦。嗱，就3杯米，你可以刨平嘅嗱2杯，呢個3杯米啦。
Tip number 2, use Thai jasmine rice. There are many brands that are available, and even most Western grocery stores around here have at least one option. At an Asian grocery store, you'll have plenty of choices, especially if you want to buy in large amounts. Thai jasmine rice is the only kind of rice my dad uses at home for its texture and versatility when it comes to Cantonese cooking.
一直都係用泰國米，炒飯又用佢，煮啲白飯都係用泰國米。只不過煮炒飯嘅時候咧，落水稍微少啲，因為炒飯需要硬啲唔得飯。
糯米飯咧，
糯米飯又另外計，糯米飯就只另糯米飯就另糯米飯，糯米飯即係我嚟炒糯米飯。
咁點解你中意泰國米咁多啊？
習慣咗。美國米比美國嗰啲米我嫌佢硬啲，煮上嚟啲飯硬啲，我唔中意。呢啲飯煮嚟又可以軟啲，又軟硬都可以 OK， 可以接受，軟硬適中。
餐館都係泰國米，
兩級呢個泰國米同埋美國嗰啲米白米兩樣撈埋煮。
咁有咩好處啊？
佢又唔會硬，又唔會軟。人哋攞個白飯出嚟咁，淨係啲美國米咧，好多人嫌佢硬得滯。如果你用泰國米兩樣撈埋佢煮咧，佢咧就軟硬都適中。首先將啲米洗一個先，洗米嘅時候咧，俾水浸，起碼一定要浸過啲米上邊。洗米嘅時候點樣咧？用手指咁樣洗啊！啲米係佢通過啲穀物咁樣通過嚟去皮包裝啊方面，避免有咩灰塵啊，有啲嘢咁沾染落嚟。洗過佢咧就即係食得安心啲，輕就唔使好大力，即係咁樣洗下個表皮就 OK 噶啦。嗱，一邊捏下佢，一邊咁攪佢。第一次。嗱，倒晒嗰啲水，睇到嗰啲水係有啲白色，呢個就係澱粉質嚟嘅。
你唔想要咁多澱粉質？
唔係唔想有咁多澱粉質，係我就係想洗咗表皮嗰啲邋遢嘅，洗過佢之後咧，咪食得安心啲咯。
如果你唔洗，會唔會有口感會唔會唔同啊？
口感方面就影響唔大，不過你洗過咧，你食得安心啲咁啫嘛。
Tip number 3 is to wash your rice. As he's mentioned, my dad only washes rice out of habit and for peace of mind, to wash away any unwanted elements from the packaging or shipping process. Many other people claim that washing rice creates a better, less mushy texture of cooked rice. For a brilliant rundown of the practice of washing rice, check out Adam Ragusia's comprehensive video in which he talks about the various ways different cultures prepare rice and reasons why some people don't wash it at all. It's important to note that today's tips are from the specific culinary experience of my dad, a Cantonese chef, so it obviously doesn't apply to something like making risotto.
第二次咧，水咧冇咁白色啦，係咪？我習慣咧就通常係洗過咗3次咁樣，2-3次咁樣就得㗎啦。
Why do you wash rice 3 times？
習慣呢個唔係一定話要洗3次，只不過我習慣就係咁洗3次。
你媽係咪咁樣做？
我媽咪一個大鑊咁煮飯嘅，邊係咁樣？係咁搓嘅，係咁搓，咁倒啲水出嚟，再起碼2次。
After washing 3 times, we're ready to transfer the rice to the pot.
好啦，米洗乾淨，洗好咗，倒啲米落嚟。我係而家咧，我就一杯米係一杯水嘅比例嚟做，用翻呢個杯。你一定話需要睇呢個，你可以睇呢個度數嗰度。呢度一杯米有幾多水喺畫住喺度，3杯米喺邊度又畫住喺度，你可以睇呢個標誌圖就得㗎啦。 通常嚟講咧，一杯買一杯水，第3杯。
Tip number 4, use a ratio of 1:1 water to rice. This ratio is specifically for Thai jasmine rice in a rice cooker and is an easy to remember rule of thumb for everyone.
我就要俾多1/4杯嘅水落去，周圍啲我哋屋企人好多有啲 BB 啊，啲細路女、細路仔啊，想食啲軟啲嘅飯，咪多啲唔啲水咯。呢個就酌量，具體情況你自己決定，唔係硬性係一杯買一杯水喺度嘅喎。我倒啲水落去啦。
We have all of these ingredients listed on our blog at madewithlao.com, along with step-by-step instructions and video clips to guide you as you make the recipe at home.
譬如有朋友話用手指嚟度嗰啲水係點樣度法，就你需要有經驗，你自己煮過幾多，自己先至知道個手指度到邊度。即係每個人嘅手指唔同，所以我唔能夠肯定我用手指嚟度水。
Many people swear by the so-called finger or knuckle method, and while it may work for you, my dad still recommends using the 1:1 ratio method using a measuring cup or the measurement lines in a rice cooker pot. For those with experience, you can obviously use your preferred method to measure rice and water.
咁樣我最好嘅正確嘅咧，就用個杯涼水，或者睇呢個標誌嗰度度幾多水，最準確就咁樣。我唔建議你用手指度。如果你夠經驗嘅，好似我咁，我煮咗幾十年飯，我唔使度，我亦都唔使俾個米量杯嚟買糧，亦都唔睇呢度。即係呢個就係經驗煮得多嚟就得啦。煮飯之前咧，我仲有提醒，即係大家個底下一定要抹乾嗬，唔好有其他嘢黐喺個煲底下。你如果有邋遢嘢底下，佢咪燒燶咗咯。用乾嘅布抹乾嘅底下，確保個下邊乾淨嘅、乾嘅，咁先至俾落個煲，就撳呢個蓋。將個米擺落去，正面咁擺落去，咁你就可以睇得好清楚啦。如果冚蓋，嗱，依家我已經選擇好話就煮香米㗎啦嘛。我而家開始，煮飯。
If you don't have a rice cooker, check out our Mastery recipe video in the Cancel Cooking Club, where we compare rice cooked in a pot with rice cooked in a rice cooker. To get access, go to club.madewithlao.com. 朋友們，而家飯就煮熟啦，響咗音樂啦。我哋係咪即刻掀開蓋咧？冇嘅，因為佢入邊好多時添喺度。如果你有時咁夾硬咁撳起佢咧，佢會個蓋就唔會打開咗嘅。所以我哋要停一停陣先，停一停等個時添散多啲。我而家掀個蓋，慢慢睇咗。我哋凡係煮熟飯之後咧，把飯嗰個刀或者用筷子，首先將啲飯打鬆先，咁啲飯咧佢就唔會黐住晒啦。睇到。 Tip number 5, fluff the rice before serving. This lets out excess steam, which stops the rice from being too sticky and clumping together.
睇到飯啦，睇到飯，好靚啲飯，用筷子我哋平時咧用筷子多嘅將啲飯。
筷子有咩好處啊？
好似散，好似跳用咁樣啊嘛，咁樣可以翻開呢度打鬆咗咯。但係你呢個咧就平嘅，唔空間嘅。我呢度咧就叉開咗，咁咪鬆啲，係嘛？
Our editor Nicole asked, "Is there any way to save rice that's too dry or too mushy?"
如果太軟嘅咧，太爛嘅咧就冇得改，想變翻硬就冇乜改。如果太硬嘅咧，你就喺個煲邊再俾半杯水咁用熱滾水擺喺邊，再撳翻開翻個掣，即係話再煮翻佢就會變軟咗。
你會加幾多水啊？
要睇下你硬到咩程度。通常咧，你有半杯水落去，再開翻個電掣啦，煮到佢再跳翻起嘅掣啦，咁個煲飯咧就會變軟咗。
We'll fluff the rice for about a minute with a rice scooper or chopsticks.
如果你唔整鬆啦，
唔整鬆你一陣凍咗之後咧，佢咪成嚿喺度咯，我成個餅喺底下咯，不飯嘅時候咪黐埋咯，係嘛，黐埋一嚿嚿咯。
How do you keep rice from drying out in the refrigerator?
你放入雪櫃嘅時候咧，你必須係用啲保鮮盒或者如果你用呢啲咧，你又必須保鮮紙密封佢，咁咧佢就唔會乾。但係凍咗之後咧，佢一定係變得硬。但係硬同乾又兩回事喎。乾咧就即係你唔冚到佢冚你咧，佢面上咧就乾硬， 好似曬過咁，曬乾咗咁個面。但係硬咧就唔同喎，硬你冚住佢，佢變個硬之後咧，佢啲水分仲喺佢粒飯嗰度，再翻熱嘅時候咧，佢一樣係變翻軟。硬咗嗰啲咧，面就乾硬啲咧，你整翻軟整翻好咧，佢都係硬嘅。而家你打鬆咗佢咧，不瞓嘅時候咧，佢就會鬆咯，係嘛？不瞓嘅時候咧，通常咧就喺個邊咁個底筆上去嘅，喺個底筆落去嘅。通常個底嗰啲飯咧就比上邊嗰啲軟少少嘅，面上嗰啲咧比底下嗰啲硬少少嘅。
For most rice cookers, use the included rice scooper or a wooden utensil to scoop rice, as using a metal utensil may damage the non-stick surface of the inner pot and affect how well it cooks. On a related note, never put the rice cooker pot in a dishwasher, since that will also likely damage the non-stick surface.
What is the best method to cook rice? In a rice cooker or on the stove?
如果係想方便啲嘅，就電飯煲子，你唔使睇住佢。但係你想好食啲咧，你就係用煲喺個爐頭度煮，煮出嚟個飯咧特別香啲，因為佢喺個爐度煮咧，佢下邊有飯焦喺度，個飯焦襯好呢啲飯咧，佢就會香。但係電飯煲煮咧，佢就唔會有飯焦。嗱，用你煲底飯煮嘅，所以咁香就佢由下邊個煲下邊有啲飯焦喺度，咁啲飯咧就好食過電飯煲煮。嗱，我哋就試下佢個口感啊。唔硬啊嘛。
彈牙。
唔軟啊嘛，係咪？我今日介紹呢個煮飯咧，就介紹完啦。飯煮好咗，希望大家中意。
Cheers! How did you cook rice in China?
我以前喺佢中國嘅時候咧，燒柴煮飯。啲咩嘅柴？咩係柴？你知唔知啊？唔係喺呢度，你嗰啲一條啲樹井整啲嗰啲柴喎，喺山嗰度。嗰啲草咧，曬乾嘅山嗰度啲草咧，用割翻嚟嗰啲草嚟煮飯。喺城市廣州咧，就用燒煤煮飯。
以前咧用壺煮飯，呢個大鑊，或者用嗰啲煲仔啊嚟煮飯，好香好香嘅。You just want to eat 2, 3, 4 bowl like at your age.
YouTube thinks you'll like this recipe next. Let's see if they're right. A huge thank you to our wok stars and all of our chefs in the Kanto Cooking Club.